quick tutorial for staff of Bemidji area schools on how to archive a classroom and then how to take a classroom that has been archived back out and reuse it. So really quickly, why is it important to archive a class in your Google Classroom? One, it keeps your homepage for your Google Classroom more organized. Two, it will also lose or take access away from students of their Google Classroom that they were in. If you're not watching the Google Classroom anymore, it can kind of turn into an unchecked chat room page for students. I've seen that happen before in certain case scenarios. And lastly, it will help clean up data of students' accounts on the tech end. So for those reasons, we try and keep everything cleaned up in our Google Classroom. So right here, I have a test Google Classroom that I have created. Now, how to archive it, you're going to click on the options little button right here. You'll have some options. You can move it. You can create a link, edit it, copy it. What you want to do is you will want to archive it. And a little box will pop up. You'll choose to archive it. Now, the important step here, or the thing to remember, is when you archive a classroom, you are not permanently deleting it. You're just taking it off of your active page. So I'm going to archive that class. Now, let's say I'm teaching that class again next year and I want to pull it back out so I can reuse that same material and see what I did last year. So I would scroll down all the way to my archived classes here on the left-hand side. Click it, and you can see all my different classes I have in here that I have archived. Once again, you'll click on the Options tab. Now, you will have the option when you go to your archived classes to permanently delete a class if you want to get rid of it forever, or to restore it. Now, when you restore it, keep in mind it will keep a lot of that same data in it. It'll keep a lot of the same students in it. A lot of the same deadlines will be in it. I find that this option is the least likely to work, just because it just adds a lot of work and you have to retake people out, add new people in. You have to take the assignments off being active and then reactivate them. It can be very tedious if you restore a class completely. Instead, if you are taking a class that is archived and you're trying to reuse it again, I would suggest using the copy method. So when you copy a class, you can rename it. I always name it the year or the quarter that I'm using it. And it will copy into your active classes. And it will literally create a carbon copy of what you created before. So now when I go to my home page, right there's the copy that I created, and it will keep all the same assignments. There will be no students in it, just you as the teacher, so you'll have to add your students, but it'll keep all the same assignments in it as well. For an example of this, I'm just going to click on one of my classes that I'm starting the year off with, and you can see how I copied it over. It kept all of my unit information, all of my readings, everything to go with it, and all I have to do is just reactivate each of these as I go throughout the year. It is super helpful. Now, when you do create a copy of a class, one thing I do want to add is if you have a lot of data in that class, a lot of maybe videos, maybe a lot of bigger assignments that will take more time to load, it won't just happen within a couple seconds. Some of those bigger classes, as you're copying them over, will take some time to copy over. When I say some time, I'm thinking up to maybe a half hour to an hour. So if you try and copy over class and it doesn't appear right away, just give it a little time. It takes Google a little bit of time to move that much data over. Also, when you copy and bring a class over, it will copy all of the assignments in it as well. So if you notice a lot of repeat assignments in your Google Drive, it's pretty easy. You just click on the date of those assignments and you click delete all from that date. And it's an easy way to clean that up as well. But that is how you would archive a class in Google Classroom, and how to take a class that has already been archived and pull it back out again to reuse again in the future.